They say every scratch tells a story. Then how many memories does a dead machine carry? It wasn't just a forgotten block of steel in the tall grass. It was a promise left behind. To build a future, you first have to clear away the ruins of the past. Every broken piece, every layer of grime, is part of an old story that must be heard before a new chapter can be written. Sometimes, to start over, you don't need a new row. You just need a set of wheels strong enough to carry you forward. Strength isn't about never falling down. It's in every turn of the wrench, in the effort to get back up on your own. Every bolt tightened is an affirmation. That from these ashes, a new journey is about to begin. But a sound body still needs a heart. And the heart of this machine had long stopped beating. She wasn't just looking for a fault. She was searching for a pulse. A sign of life hidden deep within the tangled wires. Hope, sometimes, is just a spark. The right connection among 1,000 wrong possibilities. In the maze of the past, she searched for a path. Every single connection is a choice. Between holding on and letting go. Between accepting and changing. Her hands were covered in grease, but her mind had never been clearer. This layer of mud was not the end. It was just the shell covering a rebirth. Patience is a quiet kind of power. She wasn't just reconnecting circuits. She was mending the shattered pieces of her own faith. To begin again, everything old must be taken apart. There are no shortcuts to healing. Only confrontation. And hope. It begins with a spark. The thing that connects it all. To see the road ahead, your vision has to be clear. Putting everything back in its rightful place. And then, the moment of truth. Does this heart want to beat again? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single turn of the wheel. The road ahead may be rough and full of unforeseen obstacles. But this time, she isn't running. She is returning to clean her own house. A shell built from journeys, from rain and mud. It was time to wash it all away. To wash away the grime of yesterday. To reveal the true nature within. A hidden beauty, waiting to be discovered. But real change doesn't just come from the outside. You have to be willing to dismantle yourself, peeling back every layer, every old habit, until only the bare truth remains. An empty frame. A space ready to be filled with something new. The heart is still there, waiting patiently. One final cleanse. To be ready for a new coat, a new life. The healing begins in the darkest corners, where no one else can see, where the deepest wounds hide. She walks on the same ground that witnessed her fall, to find the foundation that was lost. Everything must be re-examined. The very thing that helped her breathe now needs to be renewed. Sometimes, to build, you must first destroy, grinding away the rust of time. A painful process, but a necessary one. To create a pure surface, ready for a new start. And then, a new color. A new identity. No longer the blue of the past. This is the color of a sunrise she painted herself. Refueling from the inside out. Old doors are given new life. Even the place you lean on for support must be cleansed, so it no longer carries the weight of yesterday. Purity comes from the smallest details. Everything is ready to be put back, but in a completely new order. Every seat, every mat, returned to a state of purity. This work isn't just about cleaning. It's a ritual. A farewell to the old stains. Letting them wash away forever. Everything must be cleaned to its core, before a new chapter can truly begin. The heart of the machine needs special care. She had learned you cannot wait for others to fix your life. Meticulousness is a form of respect. She pieced it back together, not just with glue, but with faith. Checking every connection, to ensure that this time, it will run strong. No detail is too small. Every spark matters. And the outer beauty must also be polished, to reflect the light of the change within. Preparing for the final step. Masking off the parts you want to preserve. To focus on creating a completely new face for the world. Color is not just for seeing, it's for feeling. A shade of pink that isn't about weakness, but about the courage to be different. She covers the past in a new coat, turning a relic into a statement. For a moment, she looks back at her work and finishes it with complete focus. Letting the paint dry is like letting the past settle. And then, she gives it a name, the Mechanic of Huck. It's not just a name, it's an identity. Removing the final protective layer to face the results of her own creation. The inside must be just as clean. Every crevice, every surface she will touch each day. Once more, everything is taken apart. To prepare for building an entirely new space from within. This is the final stage. A van, resurrected, is about to become a home. The foundation of a new life is being laid. Each screw, not just to join materials, but to build stability for the future. She's not just laying a floor, she's creating ground to stand on. The nervous system of the home begins to take shape. Wood is not like metal, it carries the breath of life. Every empty space is filled with purpose. So every journey has an anchor. And these walls are not meant to confine. They are built to provide warmth. Each pink brick, a reminder. That even in the wildest of places, a sanctuary can be built. There will be light. And the floor will no longer be cold. Safety isn't a given, it must be created. One final layer of insulation to connect everything together. The artificial heart of the home, where the energy for dreams will come from. Everything is ready. This isn't furniture, it's the skeleton of a new life. It all begins with a blueprint in the mind. The measure of precision is also the measure of freedom. Each cut, not only shaping the wood, but shaping the future. Every drilled hole is a point of connection, where separate ideas are joined into a whole. And then, the first form of a home begins to emerge. The rough surfaces must be smooth. Like a soul, needing to be polished by trial. She is building a table, but also a place for sharing. She is building a shelf, but also a place for memories. Every detail is calculated. every piece has its place, so that everything fits perfectly. What was made by hand is now placed in the heart of the home. One final check. Brushing away the dust of her labor. To admire the result of her persistence. This is a moment of pure creation. From the rawest of materials, she creates forms of her own, sanding down the rough edges and joining them together with precision and strength to create something not just beautiful, but solid, and bringing the soul of the home into its proper place. It is time to give them color. She chooses the color of wood, of earth, the color of warmth and peace. Each layer of paint applying, like a blessing. So every object carries its own story. A story of patience and of the beauty created by her own hands. Adding a bit of contrast, a touch of personality. Everything is ready. A collection of dreams built from wood. Even the place where she will rest her head must be strong. And finally, a little privacy. The curtains are hung, not to hide, but to create a world of her own, where she will rest after every journey. The final touches are where the soul resides. This smile is for herself. A quiet celebration for an extraordinary journey. It's no longer a van, it's a home that moves. And in the darkness, she learned to make her own light. Home. A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel, Mechanic, for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoyed this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.